Good morning. How are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. Um, my name is Douglas Bray, and today we will do some Bluebeam estimating. And of course, we will be using Bluebeam Review 2019 Extreme. So let's take a look at how Bluebeam can help us do some estimating features. Again, my name is Douglas Bray. I'm an AE technical manager here at MicroCAD. So definitely look forward to showing you some of the features here. When it comes to Bluebeam Review, there are three editions. There are the standard one, which has some of your basic editing features. There's Review CAD, which also has some smart plugin tools for 2D and 3D markup creation. And of course, you have the Review Extreme, which has batch process hyperlink. You can do OCR, object character recognition. So you can also create forms, which I find very handy at times. So again, our goal today is for me to show you some of the features here. And so one of the first steps I want to show you is, when you have a Bluebeam, when you have a PDF open up in Bluebeam, is to set a scale. We're going to take a measurement, and then we're also going to look at custom columns under markup list, and also take a look at, is there a possible way to link our PDF document to an Excel file? Hey, so let's get started. Let's minimize this. First, what I like to do is I want to start here in Revit and just point out some key features. So for some of you who are using Revit, and for some of you who have a dialogue with your consultants who have access to Revit and also have Bluebeam, those are the two major things. If you look up here, this is, of course, Revit 2020, and under add-ins, there is a Bluebeam add-in feature that comes with this, with the extreme version. And so this comes in here, and the key aspect I want to bring out to you is right here where it says change settings. You can have a checkbox here when it comes to exporting out your rooms, and it will create a space as it creates that PDF file. So that's key. And I've done that for this particular sheet. So now let's go ahead and go into Bluebeam Review. All right, great. So as you see here in Bluebeam Review, we have our PDF sheet. And what did I say the first step was going to be? The first step is about setting the scale. So when we're taking measurements, those things are to scale. If we can see down here that the scale is set to 1/8, so I'm going to click right here, I'm going to click right here, that was a left click, and I'm going to input a scale. And so what I'm going to do is, here where it says scale, click there. I'm going to select a preset scale, which is 1/8 inch, and then I'm going to set the precision to be to the nearest eighth. Then I'm going to say, apply this to the PDF. Now that we have done that and we can see that we have a scale set to it, what we want to do now is we want to measure to see if everything's set right. So I'm going to use the measure length tool. I'm going to click here and then hold down the shift key on my keyboard. And as we can see from a vertical aspect, that dimension comes up spot on. And then let's do a horizontal one. Typically, what I do is I try to take at least 2 measurements on the document, more of a north and south and an east to west measurement to make sure that those dimensions pair up to what's on the drawing. And then you can also just take a measurement in general. So let's say we take this door opening, which should be 36 inches, which is 3 feet. So this is comforting to know that at least our PDF here is set to scale. So we can go through, and I'm just going to select these dimensions that I've placed in there, and let's get going. So first thing I like to do is I want to at least save my file. And now let's look at one of the estimating features. So if you are an electrical person and you need to do a count of the electrical objects that's on here, all of these duplex receptacles, we can come up here to um, tools. Here we got markup, and then I'm sorry, on the measure, we also have here what is called count. The symbol is also here on my keyboard right here. So let's say we do a count. So when you click here, you get to choose the different types of symbols you want to use for the count. So if I want to use this red, I can change it to any color. So maybe it'd be green. And I can go through and count each individual one of these duplex receptacles. Okay, that's one aspect to it. Well, what I would like to show you is what about if we see if we can search the document for this particular type of objects and do a count that way. I don't think we've ever shown how to do that. So let's take a look. So over here where you see search, of course you can search here by text, and then you also have visual. So we're going to use that feature right there. So then here where it says get rectangle, so we click there, and I'll put a rectangle around this duplex receptacle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search, and it should come up with, it shouldn't take long. As you can see, the progress is already down here. It's already up to 50%. And it should at least find 41 of those receptacles within the document. And so let me minimize this just a touch, because when I pull something over here, it's going to come off on the side. So what you can do now is you can select here to select all of those items that it found. Again, there's 41. Then there's a pull down here where you can do like a hyperlink if you wanted to mark as redaction. Oh, look here. You can apply count measurement, to those items that were checked. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use the built-in, which is this check box here. And what that has done for us, let me maximize this. It has placed a count for each and every receptacle that is on this PDF sheet. That is awesome. As we look down here at our markup list, right down here, we can see an account of each group, and it did it by space area. Okay, so all of these, and even for the ones outside of the space, it took account and put those all into each individual groups. So what's next that I want to show you is, let's say we want to take all of these, even though we know all of these are the same, we can select all of those. And what I basically did was I select the top one, I held down the shift key on my keyboard and select the bottom one. Now I'm going to do a right click on my mouse. If you notice here, we have merge count. So instead of all of these being individual counts, I can combine all of those into one count sessions when it comes to duplex receptacles. So I'm going to merge those, which is exactly what I need. So now all of these has an account of that. So let's say we wanted to add a custom column for the material cost. Let's take a look at that. So right here under markup list, and we have columns. We can come here and do manage columns. Then we're going to do custom columns, and then we're going to do add. So this is going to be a number, and we're going to call this material cost. And the format is going to be currency, and I like that 2-digit extension there. Okay, so we're going to say OK. And we're going to need something else. So instead of us getting out of here, we need to do another one, which is going to be, let's do total electrical cost. And that's also going to be number. That's going to be currency. And we're going to hit OK. So we've added two custom fields, and we can say OK. And now they show up down here. So for a material cost, let's call that $13.27, something like that. And so total cost, instead of that being what it was, let's modify that. We want that to be a formula. So that's what we're doing there. So let's take this total cost and delete that, and let's add another one. And so this one right here is going to be a formula. And this is going to be total electrical cost. And what that's going to be is we're going to take the count. So if you just hit C, you can select the variable count. I did a double click. Then we'll do a shift here. And then now we're going to times that by the count times material cost. And we're going to hit OK. And OK again. All right, great. So now we can see that when it comes to, let me save my work. I always want to save. So when it comes to the count of receptacles, we have our total count here. We have a cost of the receptacle, and then we have a total cost, which is this times the count. So I want to at least let you see that you can do that. Let's say we have additional receptacles that showed up and we wanted to resume that count. So we can click here, do a right click, and we can do resume count. So I'm just going to put two more right here. Of course, as you see, that number that number now should be, hold on just a second. Let's do that one more time. Let's undo. Let's select here, resume count, add two more. There we go. Let's do it this way. Resume count. I don't know why our count is not going up here. I gotta look at that. All right. So let me redo that. There they're showing up. I think that needed to just update there. All right, so let's try that one more time. We're just going to take this and start that over. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So let's try that one more time. So we're going to come here and we're going to search. Let it find it for us. We're going to take this, add that to our count. It's going to put a checkbox by all of them. which is great. We're going to select these. We're going to merge those into one field. Okay, great. Put a cost to it, $13.27. Awesome. Make sure we save. And then now if we click here, resume count, oh, I know why it's not recognizing. I see that. Okay. So what we do now is, what I want to do is I want to tie this into Excel. So first thing is, from a subject standpoint, I want to let this be electrical. And then this is going to be duplex receptacle. There we go. We just had to merge those into the other ones. All right. So now we got 43. And so now we have this and we have that. We're going to save. Okay. So what I want to show you now is, so let's say you have an Excel spreadsheet and you want to link this Excel spreadsheet to what we've done here over in Bluebeam on this particular sheet, just dealing with counts. So what we can do here is we can hover over the field that we want to keep up with. So when it says duplex receptacle, we can do a right click, hyperlink, we're going to do create, and we're going to do add, and we're going to add in this document right here, the one that we're working on, and we're going to hit OK. So for the total, we're dealing with a count. And then we're going to look from a subject standpoint, it's going to be electrical. And then also from a label standpoint, it's going to be duplex receptacle. And then now we're going to hit OK. And as you can see, if I put the cost, same as what we got over here, $13.27. This cost is different because we have some other features in here. But the point here is, as you can see, the count is now representing what we have over here in Bluebeam. So let's say we increase that count. I'm going to take this and say resume count, add some more. And as you see, it's 48. Let me bring over the Excel spreadsheet. That is something else. And now we can see it says the number that's over here in Bluebeam. Let's try that one more time when it comes to the linking. So I'm going to show you that feature one more time. Let's do it from like a area standpoint. So here we have this office, and remember when I was pointing out those, the spaces. So we can take Office 5, we can do a right click, and we can say create area measurement. So that makes that field available down here for us. We can select that. There we go. So we can select this and trying to see where this is. And we can go ahead and put this as flooring. And then we can go ahead and put this as wood laminate. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to save. Okay. And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to come to wood laminate. We're going to say hyperlink create. And then this is going to be area. And we're going to do subject matter flooring. And then we want to do label wood laminate. And we're going to hit OK. And awesome. So we got that working well. And so now, if we take this next room, let's say we take Office 4, do a right click, create area measurement, change that to flooring, and also change the label to wood laminate. We can see that we have a total area of 965.863 square feet. And then we look over here at our Excel spreadsheet, and it has that exact same number. Awesome. Any questions? Okay, don't see any questions up so far. All right. Also, when it comes to doing estimating within Bluebeam, I'll show you how you can create fields. But let's say you had created, these really custom fields in another project. Can we bring those in? So let's take a look. So if we go to columns, manage columns, custom columns, you can do import. Let me go here to my drive where my information is. Here we go. And what this would do, it will overwrite all that we have right here. So we're going to say yes. And what this has here is all of my columns and formulas and information that I really need for this. So I can hit OK. And wow, look at there. All that good information there that I need when it comes to material costs, installation costs, all those fields are already here, ready for me to utilize. So that's how you can bring in custom fields into your particular worksheet. All right, well, great. Well, let me bring back up PowerPoint. So what I want to share with you is that, these are the different costs for the standard, CAD, and extreme. You can see down here, this is the maintenance cost for each as you choose on which particular software would best suit your needs. And lastly, this is my name, Douglas Bray, and my email address is dbray@microcad.com. If you have any further questions and aspects you would like to learn, just let me know. Thanks.